Hare Krishna, my friends. Welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam reading in Bhaktiville. Last week, we continued our reading of the introductory verses in chapter 1 of the first canto that set the scene of the assembled sages. Tonight, we'll start with verse 9, which is the first question from the sages of Naimisaranya. What is the ultimate good for all people? So let's get started. We're on page 86 of the PDF or page 65 of the book. But before we get started, we have a whole bunch of verses to chant first. So first, let's offer our obeisances. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane. I offer my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at His lotus feet. Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripasindubhye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. I also offer my respectful obeisances unto the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desire trees, and can fulfill the desires of everyone. They are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vaishnava is here, Vaishnava is there, Vaishnava everywhere, just like desire trees. All right, and then let's sing the verses before reading Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll sing the verses, and then we'll read the English. So you can sing along with me, because I'm sure that Bhaktiville has the camera scooted up against the slideshow so you can see the words. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O my Lord, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. And the next verse. Nasta prayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. Was that the first one? Oh, sorry. I had my slides here on my computer in the wrong order. Bhaktiville says, that's not the right one. Okay, so we'll start over with the right one, with Narayanam. Narayanam namaskritya, naram chaiva narottamam, devim sarasvatim vyasam, jayam udirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. And speaking of Srila Vyasadeva, today is Guru Purnima, also known as Vyasa Purnima. It's his appearance day, his birthday. And so we offer all our obeisances to him because he's the one who wrote all this down for us so that we could hear it and study it so many centuries later. Next verse. Shrinvatam svakata Krishna punya shravana kirtanaha vidyanta stohya bhadrani vidunoti suhritsatam. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma Supersoul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee, who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Nashta prayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam, and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. All right. So if we could move the slideshow, I want to see what I think it's the very first slide in the series, what the 6 questions are that are being asked at Naimisaranya. Here they are. So these are the 6 questions that the sages are asking. And we read the first one, we're reading the first one today. And I think we'll maybe cover 2 more. We do 2 and 3 today. But let's just look at them. So 1, what is the ultimate good for all people? 2, what is the essence of religious scriptures by which the actual self becomes satisfied? 3, why did the Lord appear and take birth from Devaki? 4, tell us of the acts the Lord performs in relationship to creating the material world. 5, describe the activities of the incarnations of the Lord. 6, where has Dharma gone now that Krishna has left the earth? So this is the basis of the Bhagavatam. And of course, as Krishna is answering these questions, then there are more questions, right? Oh, and one other thing. So you know those wooden dolls where you can open up one and there's another one inside, and you open up that one and there's another one inside of that, and you open up that one and there's another one inside of that. That's exactly how the stories go in Srimad Bhagavatam, and in fact, all Indian literature. You start along, it's like, okay, so here's this story. Oh, and then there's this story that illustrates that point, and they tell that story, and then, and then there's this other story that illustrates that point. Anyway, so it's a series of nesting dolls or nesting eggs that we'll run into. So that's why at the very beginning, we learn all the 6 questions, but then 12 cantos later, we find all the answers. So that's how it works. All right, so this is the first one, the first question, text number 9, page 86 of the PDF or 65 of the book. And we'll do the series of words and then the full sentence, the full phrase, and then we'll build it up like that. So you can chant after me. 67 in your book. Okay. Okay. On this PDF that I have, it's 65. What? So somewhere around there. Text 9. Tatra tatranjasa tatranyasa Yushman tatrachanjasa Yushman Pavata Yad Vinishchitam Bhavata Yad Vinishchitam Pumsam Ekantataha Pumsam Ekantata Shreyas Pumsam ekantata shreyas. So let me just say about that aha there in the middle of the sentence. We don't usually say those. We usually only say them at the end of the sentence, but Bengalis will put an extra little breath to indicate that it's there. So you can or not do that if you like. Last line. Tan naha Tanna Shamsitun Tanna Shamsitun Arhasya Tanna Shamsitum Arhasya. All right, let's try and do the whole thing. And we'll do it 3 times in a row, because really you get better after you do it 3 times. Tatra Tatranjasa Yushman Bhavata Yad Vinishchitam Pumsam Ekantata Shreyas tanna shamsitum arhasi. Tatra tatranjasa yushman avatayad vinishchitam pumsam ekantata shreyas tanna shamsitum arhasi. Tatra tatranjasa yushman avatayad vinishchitam pumsam ekanta shreyas tanna shamsitum arhasi. All right, word for word. Tatra, thereof. Tatra, thereof. Anjasa, made easy. Ayushman, blessed with good duration of life. Avata, by your good self. Yet, whatever. Vinishchitam, ascertained. Pumsam, for the people in general. Ekantataha, absolutely. Shreyaha, ultimate good. Tat, that. Naha, to us. Shamsitum, to explain. Arhasi, deserve. Translation. Please, therefore, being blessed with many years, explain to us what you ascertain to be the absolute and ultimate good for the people in general. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In Bhagavad Gita, worship of the Acharya is recommended. The Acharyas and the Goswamis are always well-wishers for the general public. They are especially spiritual well-wishers. Spiritual well-being is automatically followed by material well-being. The Acharyas therefore give directions in spiritual well-being for the people in general. Foreseeing the incompetencies of the people in this age of Kali, or the iron age of quarrel, the sages requested that Sutta Goswami give a summary of all revealed scriptures, because the people of this age are condemned in every respect. The sages therefore inquired of the absolute good, which is the ultimate good for the people. The condemned state of affairs of the people of this age is described as follows. Text 10. Prayena Prayanalpayushaha Sabya Prayanalpayusha Sabya Palav Asmin Yuge Janaha Palav Asmin Yuge Janaha Manda Sumanda Sumanda Matayo Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya Upadrutaha Manda Bhagya Upadrutaha. All right, let's do it 3 times all the way through. Prayenalpayusha sabya palavasman yuge janaha manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya padrutaha. Prayenalpayusha sabya palavasman yuge janaha manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya Upadrutaha. Prayenalpayusha shabya alav asman yuge janaha manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya padrutaha. Word for word. Prayena, almost always. Alpa, meager. Ayushaha, duration of life. Sabhya, member of the learned society. Hello, in this age of Kali, oral. Asmin, herein. Yuge, age. Janaha, the public. Mandaha, lazy. Sumanda, matayaha, misguided. Mandabhagyaha, unlucky, he and Above all, upadrutaha, disturbed. Translation. O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. Purport. The devotees of the Lord are always anxious for the spiritual improvement of the general public. When the sages of Naimisaranya analyzed the state of affairs of the people in this age of Kali, they foresaw that men would live short lives. In Kali Yuga, the duration of life is shortened, not so much because of insufficient food, but because of irregular habits. By keeping regular habits and eating simple food, any man can maintain his health. Overeating, over-sense gratification, overdependence on another's mercy, and artificial standards of living sap the very vitality of human energy. Therefore, the duration of life is shortened. The people of this age are also very lazy, not only materially, but in the matter of self-realization. The human life is especially meant for self-realization. That is to say, man should come to know what he is, what the world is, and what the supreme truth is. Human life is a means by which the living entity can end all miseries of material existence, which arise in the hard struggle for existence, and by which he can return to Godhead, his eternal home. But due to a bad system of education, men have no desire for self-realization. Even if they come to know about it, they unfortunately become victims of misguided teachers. In this age, men are not only victims of different political creeds and parties, but also of many different types of sense gratificatory diversions, namely cinemas, sports, gambling, clubs, mundane libraries, bad associations, smoking, drinking, cheating, pilfering, bickerings, and so on. Their minds are always disturbed and full of anxieties, excuse me, due to so many different engagements. In this age, many unscrupulous men manufacture their own religious faiths, which are not based on any revealed scriptures, and very often, people who are addicted to sense gratification are attracted by such institutions. Consequently, in the name of religion, so many sinful acts are being carried on, and the people in general have neither peace of mind nor health of body. The student, the brahmachari, communities are no longer being maintained, and householders do not observe the rules and regulations of the grihastha ashram. Consequently, the so-called vanaprastha and sannyasi who come out of such grihastha ashrams are easily deviated from the rigid path. In the Kali Yuga, the whole atmosphere is surcharged with faithfulness. Men are no longer interested in spiritual values. Material sense gratification is now the standard of civilization. For the maintenance of such material civilizations, man has formed complex nations and communities, and there is a constant strain of hot and cold wars between these different groups. It has become very difficult, therefore, to raise the spiritual standard due to the present distorted values of human society. The sages of Naimisaranya are anxious to disentangle all fallen souls, and here they are seeking the remedy from Srila Sutta Goswami. So here's our second question here in text 11. What is the essence of religious scriptures by which the actual self becomes satisfied? All right, so this verse has 3 lines or six half lines. So we'll sing it a little differently. Purini, Puri, Purani Buri, Karmani, Purini Buri, Karmani. Shrotavyani Vibhagashaha Shrotavyani Vibhagashaha Ataha Atasadu Trayatsaram Atasado Trayatsaram Samudritya Manishaya Samudritya Manishaya Bruhi Bhadraya Bruhi Bhadraya Bhutanam Bruhi Bhadraya Bhutanam Yenatma Suprasidati Yenatma Suprasidati. All right, let's try and sing it 3 times through. We'll sing the first 2 lines and then start over the tune with the third line. Purani Bhuri Karmani Shrotavyani Vibhakasha Attasado Trayatsaram Samudritya Manishaya Adraya Bhutanam Enatman Suprasidati Purini Bhuri Karmani Shrotavyani Vibhakasha Attasado Trayatsaram Samudritya Manishaya Ruhi Bhadraya Bhutanam Yenatma Suprasidati Purini Bhuri Karmani Shrotavyani Vibhagasha Attasado Trayatsaram Samudritya Manishaya Ruhi Bhadraya Bhutanam Yenatma Suprasidati. Word for word. Burani, multifarious. Buri, many. Karmani, duties. Shrotavyani, to be learned. Vibhagashaha, by division of subject matter. Ataha, therefore. Sadho, O sage. Atra, herein. Yat, whatever. Sharam, essence. Samudritya, by selection. Manishaya, best to your knowledge. Bruhi, please tell us. Bhadraya, for the good of. Bhutanam, the living beings. Yena, by which. Atma, self. Suprasidati, becomes fully satisfied. Translation. There are many varieties of scriptures, and in all of them, there are many prescribed duties, which can be learned only after many years of study. Therefore, O sage, please select the essential teachings of all these scriptures and explain them for the good of all living beings, that by such instruction their hearts may be satisfied. Purport. Atma, or self, is distinguished from matter and material elements. It is spiritual in constitution, and thus it is never satisfied by any amount of material planning. All scriptures and spiritual instructions are meant for the satisfaction of this self, or Atma. There are many varieties of approaches which are recommended for different types of living beings in different times and at different places. Consequently, the numbers of revealed scriptures are innumerable. There are different methods and prescribed duties recommended in these various scriptures. Taking into consideration the fallen condition of the people in general in this age of Kali, the sages of Naimisaranya suggested that Sri Sutta Goswami relate the essence of all such scriptures, because in this age it is not possible for the fallen souls to understand and undergo all the lessons of all these various scriptures in a Varna and Ashram system. The Varna and Ashram society was considered to be the best institution for lifting the human being to the spiritual platform. But due to Kali Yuga, it is not possible to execute the rules and regulations of these institutions, nor is it possible for the people in general to completely sever relations with their families as the Varnashram institution prescribes. The whole atmosphere is surcharged with opposition, and considering this, one can see that spiritual emancipation for the common man in this age is very difficult. The reason for this age's inquiry into this matter is explained in the following verse. Text 12. And here we have the third question. Why did the Lord take birth from Devaki? And we have a plate, we have a picture that illustrates this one. It's plate 7. Okay. Scroll through and get to that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, I didn't put it up. I'm sorry. I didn't put it up. I will remedy that. Bhaktiville taps. He gasps. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. But it's a picture of Krishna's birth with his parents, Devaki and Vasudeva. All right, so let's do the Sanskrit. Suta Janasi, Bhadram Te, Suta Janasi Bhadram Te, Bhagavan Sattvatam, Patihi, Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi, Devakyam Vasudevasya, Jato Yasya, Chikirshaya, All right, I gotta up that note. Suta Janasi Bhadram Te, Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi, Devakyam Vasudevasya, Jato Yasya Chikirshaya. Oh, 3 times, 2 more. Suta Janasi Bhadram Te, Bhagavan Sattvatam Pati, Devakyam Vasudevasya, Jato Yasya Chikirshaya. Suta Janasi Bhadram Te, Bhagavan Sattvatam Pati, Devakyam Vasudevasya, Jato Yasya Chikirshaya. Word for word. Suta, O Suta Goswami. Janasi, you know. Bhadram Te, all blessings upon you. Bhagavan, personality of Godhead. Sattvatam, of the pure devotees. Patihi, protector. Devakyam, in the womb of Devaki. Vasudevasya, by Vasudeva. Jataha, born of. Yasya, for the purpose of. Chikirshaya, executing. Translation. All blessings upon you, O Suta Goswami. You know for what purpose the personality of Godhead appeared in the womb of Devaki as the son of Vasudeva. Purport. Bhagavan means the Almighty God, who is the controller of all opulences, power, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. So this list of 6 is usually described as the 6 qualities of God, of Krishna. So all opulence are wealth, power, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. He is the protector of his pure devotees. Although God is equally disposed to everyone, he is especially inclined to his devotees. Sat means the absolute truth, and persons who are servitors of the absolute truth are called sattvatas, and the personality of God who protects such pure devotees is known as the protector of the sattvatas. Bhadram, or blessings upon you, indicates the sage's anxiety to know the absolute truth from the speaker. Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared to Devaki, the wife of Vasudeva. Vasudeva is a symbol of the transcendental position wherein the appearance of the Supreme Lord takes place. Text 13. Let me see. I think we can keep going a ways. All right. So, text 13. Tanna Shama Hanam. So let's do that last word. Shama Hanam. Tanna Shama Nanam. Arhasyang Ganuvarnitam. Arhasyang Ganuvarnitam. All of a sudden my eyes have gotten blurry. Yasya Vataro Bhutanam. Yasya Vataro Bhutanam. Kshemaya Cha. Kshemayacha Pavayacha. Kshemayacha Pavayacha. All right, let's sing it. Tanna shamananam arhasya ganuvarnitam yasya vataro bhutanam kshemayacha pavayacha. Tanna shamananam arhasya anganu varnitum yasya vataro bhutanam kshemayacha pavayacha. I think we're good for one more. Tanna shama anam arhasya ganuvarnitum yasya vataro bhutanam kshemayacha pavayacha. Word for word. Let those na unto us shamananam, those who are endeavoring for arhasi ought to do it, anga O Sutta Goswami, anuvarnitum, to explain by following in the footsteps of previous acharyas, yasya, whose, avataraha, incarnation, bhutanam, of the living beings, kshemaya, for good, cha, and bhavaya, upliftment, cha, and. Translation. Enlighten us, O Sutta, about the personality of Godhead and his incarnations. We are eager to learn those teachings imparted by previous masters, for one is uplifted by hearing them. Purport. The conditions for hearing the transcendental message of the Absolute Truth are set forth herein. The first condition is that the audience must be very sincere and eager to hear. And the speaker must be in the line of disciplic succession from the recognized acharya. The transcendental message of the Absolute is not understandable by those who are materially absorbed. Under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master, one becomes gradually purified. Therefore, one must be in the chain of disciplic succession and learn the spiritual art by submissive hearing. In the case of Sutta Goswami and the sages of Naimisaranya, all these conditions are fulfilled because Srila Sutta Goswami is in the line of Srila Vyasadeva, and the sages of Naimisaranya are all sincere souls who are anxious to learn the truth. Thus, the transcendental topics of Lord Sri Krishna's superhuman activities, his incarnation, his birth, appearance or disappearance, his forms, his names, and so on, are all easily understandable because all requirements are fulfilled. Such discourses help all men on the path of spiritual realization. Well, I have in my notes that we should do two more, but let's just do text 14 and then we'll stop there. Text 14. Bhaktiville says K. All right. Apana samsritim, apana samsritim koram, apana samsritim goram, yan nama vivasho, yan nama vivasho, excuse me, grinan, yan nama vivasho grinan, tata sadyo, tata sadyo, vimuchita, tata sadyo vimuchita, yad bibheti, yad bibheti, svayam bhayam, yad bibheti svayam bhayam. I'm going to take a drink of water. Hang on. All right, here we go. 3 times around. Appana samsritam goram, yannama vivashogranam, tatta sadyo vimucheta, yad bibete swayam bayam. I started it too low, so I got to start over. Appana samsritam goram, yannama vivashogranam, tatta sadyo vimucheta, yad bibete swayam bayam. Apana samsritam goram, yannama vivishokranam, tatta sadyo vimucheta, yad bibeti svayam bayam. Word for word. Apana, being entangled. Samsritim, in the hurdle of birth and death. Goram, too complicated. Yet, what? Nama, the absolute name. Vivashaha, unconsciously. Grinam, chanting. Tataha, from that. Sadhyaha, at once. Vimuchita, gets freedom. Yat, that which. Bibeti, fears. Svayam, personally. Bhayam, fear itself. So abhayam would be no fear. Translation. Living beings who are entangled in the meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear itself. Purport. Vasudeva, or Lord Krishna, the absolute personality of Godhead, is the supreme controller of everything. There is no one in creation who is not afraid of the rage of the Almighty. Great asuras like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, and others, who were very powerful living entities, were all killed by the personality of Godhead. And the Almighty Vasudeva has empowered his name with the powers of his personal self. Everything is related to him, and everything has its identity in him. It is stated herein that the name of Krishna is feared even by fear personified. This indicates that the name of Krishna is non-different from Krishna. Therefore, the name of Krishna is as powerful as Lord Krishna himself. There is no difference at all. Anyone, therefore, can take advantage of the holy names of Lord Shri Krishna, even in the midst of greatest dangers. The transcendental name of Krishna, even though uttered unconsciously or by force of circumstances, can help one obtain freedom from the hurdle of birth and death. So we'll stop there and we'll pick up with text 15 next week. Any questions or comments? Nope, doesn't look like it. Dr. Mimula says that's a good place to stop. It's uplifting. And for those of you who listen to these recordings on Facebook or on YouTube, you are more than welcome to ask questions there, and we'll respond. So let's keep a conversation going about these verses, because this is the beginning of the Bhagavatam, and it's good to have a good base of communication, a good base of understanding, and we can build from there. All right. All right. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me read. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.